Is there anyone who has not had a chance to complete all of the resources? And it's okay if you haven't. I just need to know where we are. Okay. And if there's one or two that you had questions about, no worries, we're going to go through it. Now remember, you should have 1 to 3 sheets of each one of these into your portfolio. Some things are a little bit more. Okay, no problem, Sadie. Anyone else? Sharika, let me know your let me know your status. Did you get a chance to get all of these completed? And they should be printed out and placed into your portfolio. So everything should be printed out. And remember, you were using like Google or something that they give you from the center, in-service information, that sort of thing. Sorry about that. My connection just kind of went out on us. All right, first, and then remember that with this, you should have a media form to go with each one of these components. Were you guys able to get these completed? Are you still working on these? Let me know. And remember, this is black or blue ink in your own handwriting. Full sentences for the second and the third question. Okay, no worries. Right? Perfect. Perfect. Good job, guys. All right. The first thing we have here is first aid policies and procedures. Does everyone's list look like this? Okay. Kristen, you have to look. You don't see a list? It should be in front of, above the chat. It should be above the chat. Are you using Google Chrome or Internet Explorer, Kristen? You're having a lot of problems with the... Yeah, no problem. So what I would like you to do, Kristen, so you can have it in front of you, just pull your list out, okay? And look down at your list. Okay, no problem. So the first one on the list should be first aid policies and procedures. Guys, were you all able to get your first aid policies and procedures? Now, different policy is telling you when you should do an incident report or how you should go about actually dealing with an injury. And then procedures is going to be how do you actually tend to the injury. tending to the injury. So these are going to be completely different. So you have your policy and then you have your procedure. So just let me know if you look down at yours and you can see both policies and a procedure. Perfect. And then Christina, I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm calling you Christina, just make a notation that you're going to double check yours and ensure you see both policies and procedures. Now this, your printout should not be longer than 3 pages. Does anyone have more than 3 pages? Because remember, you're not printing out the full state's policies. You're just grabbing a couple as a sample. Anyone have more than 3 pages? I'm discussing this one here for first aid policy and procedure. Melissa, do you have more than 3 pages for that one? 3 or 3 pages? Okay. All righty. Perfect. Hand washing guidelines. Would you look down at yours and check and see if you have your hand washing guidelines and you're checking for steps to wash hands? Tell me how many steps are in your hand washing guideline. How many steps? You have 9 steps, Sade? For washing hands? Type your steps in. Excuse me, Sade. I don't know why I want to call you Sade. Sadie, I'm sorry. Type your steps in for me. Sure, no problem. Type your steps in. I've never seen it at 9. I've seen 7. I've seen 5. I've seen 6. I haven't seen 9. You don't have, yeah, type yours in. You can share yours today. Oh, getting paper towel is a full step. All right, gotcha. And throwing away the paper towel is a step, isn't it? Okay, all right. I'm like, 9 steps? What in the world? All right. So as you all see, they have stepped this completely out. Do you have an yeah? Do you have an image or do you have like a typed up steps? Melissa, yours has 5. Okay. Just let me know, image or typed? Imaged or typed? Okay. Type with the image. Okay, cool. Alrighty. So what I want you guys to just take away from this one is that these are the steps that you need to follow when you have your PDS visit. If you're not in the habit of following the steps, you want to get in the habit of following them, okay? Especially like turning off the water with your paper towel. That might be one that might be missing on yours, Melissa. Turn off the water with the paper towel and then dispose the paper towel, okay? They are going to be looking for that. If you're infant, toddler teacher, you have 2s and 3s, they're going, what you doing with that paper if you haven't done it before? They're going to ask you. 3s to 5, the same thing. So make sure that step is not one that you're missing and teach the children to do the same. What is the strategy that you all use to ensure that the children are lathering for 20 seconds? What is your strategy? Singing like ABC, birthday song. Somebody said row, row, row your boat. Absolutely. Make sure that they are singing those songs so that you can ensure that that's there. Yeah. I've heard quite a few. Row, row, row your boat. That was the first time I heard that one. Absolutely. So if you're doing it with the infants, I like to see the babies who are used to washing their hand. They look like Superman. They just pull themselves right on out, stretch their arms out. They look forward to that part, right? They do love it. Absolutely. Feel like they're playing. Alrighty, guys. Sanitize the solution recipe. That's your bleach water solution recipe. Let me know if you have pint, gallon, or quart, or all. Pint, gallon, quart, or all. Your ratio includes pint, gallon, quart, or all. You do have it for quart. Kristen, can you give us the ratio for quart? Everybody write this one down, because if you're using a spray bottle, you're not always, making it up in a gallon. Sometimes you're making it up in a spray bottle. Remember, my infant toddler teachers, you should have sanitizer solution and soap water solution, especially for that diapering table, okay? So sometimes you don't make it up in a gallon. If you're cleaning toys, then you should probably have the gallon and then submerging the water into the, submerging the toys into the water to clean it. But you do want to also know how to do it for a quart and then also for a pint, okay, guys? And making your water should be made daily, and it should be labeled in that spray bottle. 1 tablespoon of bleach to 1 quart of water. Okay, guys, write that down in your sheet so that you can have that one as well. Sanitizing procedures. Give me one item that your sanitizer procedure supports. One item that your sanitizer procedure supports. Look at your paper. One item. Cleaning of what? Okay. 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 Perfect. Alrighty, guys. So we know the sanitizer procedures are specific to different items. So you do want to make sure that yours is diversified and has a couple of different items on it, okay? Good job, guys. So we are sanitizing tables. We are sanitizing after a blood situation. We're sanitizing the sink, diapering tables, and toys in our tables that the children are eating on. Never spray for cleaning a table with children present, all right? So you should be using soap water solution and then sanitizer solution at every situation. How long does sanitizer solution have to stay on a material for it to work? For it to disinfect, not for it to work, but for it to disinfect. Okay? Anyone have a different amount of time? So the process to disinfect should be clean surface. Clean surface means that you have actually cleaned it, not that it's clear of debris. Clean meaning soap water. And then spraying your sanitizer solution after you've rinsed off there you go. Sit and air dry for 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 60 seconds minimum, 2 minutes top. Not 2 minutes tops, but 2 minutes. At least 2 minutes, because what is it? Hepatitis B does not kill in less than 2 minutes, guys. All right? So make sure that you're recognizing that. Hep B does not kill off of a surface in less than 2 minutes. So anytime you're sanitizing, you have to sanitize based on what you're trying to achieve. If you're using diaper table, remember, feces carries all of these different components, all right? Yeah, 3-step process definitely gets it done. I'm glad to see more than one center is using that. Awesome, awesome. Any questions about your sanitizing procedures? All right. Diapering procedures. Does everyone have that? Even if you're 3 to 5, you should have diapering procedures. Diapering procedures are necessary in case of any type of incident dealing with feces or urine, all right? So you keep yourself safe, you keep your children safe, you're following universal safety precautions. Indoor, outdoor checklists. These may be on one list together, or they may be on 2 separate lists. Do you guys have that? Let me know if you have that in your portfolio. First aid, first aid supply list. Cool. 1st aid supply list. Cool. First 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 aid supply list. Cool. It's just like the first aid kit list. You guys want to be mindful and make sure that your first aid bags, especially when you take outside, not just especially, but you want to check that one from time to time too, because sometimes you use the materials there and no one refills it. So just check that one as well on a regular basis, okay? The one you take when you take the children outside, that bag needs to be checked periodically. I would say once a week to make sure that it still has the proper materials in it. Toy safety recall list. Now this one was interesting where you are able to find it and you only need one page just to show that you know a sample or what it looks like. Okay. Yeah, it's online. Lead information handout. Were y'all able to get one of those for maybe an education coordinator, or did you find one online? Lead information handout. This is always good. If you work in a building that's pretty old, you all want to just make sure. That they are aware of that, and you're just watching and mindful, for pieces that may break off of the walls, that sort of thing. Sample menu for your center for the children in your care. Now, if you're infant toddler, it will just be a feeding schedule, okay, guys? Are y'all able to get that sample menu for center for your center children? Okay, good. Perfect. And then Cacfp meal pattern for the children in your care. Were you guys able to grab that one? Oh, it wasn't on yours? Okay, Sharika. Just make a notation and I'll try to get you an update, okay? Okay. And this one, what date of effectiveness is on your sheet? Look at your sheet and tell me what date of effectiveness is on your Cacfp meal pattern. What date of effectiveness? So what is the effective date? If you have the green copy, it should be towards the bottom in the fine print. If you have the copy with the vegetables, like the animated vegetables and fruits on it, it should be on the first page. So look at yours good, please. Yeah, that's it. Anyone say anything different? Or doesn't say it at all? Okay, so Kristen, make sure that you have Christina, Kristen, and Melissa, double check yours. You want to make sure that you have the Cacfp meal pattern that states effective October 2019, okay? You just want to Google, you can Google October 2019 and it'll come up. It has the new guidelines about offering water throughout the day, has the new guidelines around breast milk from 0 to 5, has new meat alternative information, and it has meat alternative information and dairy alternatives like soy, almond, etc. Okay, milk and what will qualify. But I would like it to say October 2019, Christina, just to make sure you have the most updated copy. Okay. Oh, and then fruit differences. So there's a couple of things there. Oh, and infant age groups. Also, Christine, for you, Kristen, I'm sorry, for you guys who have infants. All right, so there is a little bit difference. There's really good and helpful information. If you do family style lunches, you should definitely go through it. Okay. Cool, no problem, Christina. So you just definitely want to pull the newest one, okay? But that's awesome. All right, see my plate guidelines. Were you all able to grab those my plate guidelines? And that's just did you? And let me know if you have image or if you have typed my plate guide. My plate, what my plate is. Cool. Do you have image or typed? Image or typed? Kristen, if you have typed, I would like you to grab an image of that one, okay? Sade, grab the image as well. I'm sorry, Sadie. I don't know why I have a Sade. I apologize, Sadie. If I say Sade, I'm talking to you today. I'm just kidding. I'm so sorry, Sadie. I see your name, and for whatever reason, it's coming up as Sade. Sorry. All right. So grab an image, guys. All right. Make sure you have the image. And does your image say protein or meat? Should your image say protein or meat? Or your guidelines say protein or meat? Awesome. So your proteins can be your beans, your tofu, your meat alternatives that are protein based and meet the guidelines. So it's not just meat anymore, okay? So it is considered protein. So we're looking at protein. All right. Best breast is best campaign. Were y'all able to find something about breast is best? Okay. Your CDC Milestone Checklist. Okay, sorry, Sharika. CDC milestone checklist or chart. Guys, make sure that you print out the one for your age group. If you did 0 to 5, that's absolutely acceptable. We will be using this over the next couple of weeks, so definitely want to make sure you have this one printed out. I would prefer the purple and white copy, but if you went into each one and printed out separately, that's fine. I've seen it a couple of different ways, and that's absolutely acceptable. A list of activities. Correct, Kristen. There, you should have the actual checklist. I'm sorry, for the age group with the milestones listed. A list of activities parents can create from inexpensive material. Were you able to get that? Or one activity at least with the materials? Okay. Did you all use like Pinterest for that? What did you use, Christina? You just Googled it? Okay. CSEFEL article to support child guidance. Now, this one was a little bit interesting. Tell me who was able to find it. Who was able to find that one? Cool. An old article? How? Okay. Was it about guidance? Okay. So the easiest way to do this one would have been go to the Cephal website, Google Cephal, and then go to Family Tools. Now, every social emotional activity is not a guidance activity. Guidance is actually to guide through appropriate behavior, such as playing independently, playing with your siblings, cleaning up after yourself, biting, hitting, that sort of thing will fall under guidance. There are some social emotional like self-concept or building autonomy articles there, so you just want to double check yours and make sure it is a guidance article. Building positive teacher. It could be. It could be, but that's more like responsiveness. Um, but it could be, Sadie. That's a funny category. It could be because you do have some guidance there in that article, but you also have some responsiveness and social emotional there. So it just depends. If it's about behavior, then yes. If it's about the social emotional well-being of a child, then it will fall under social emotional. Sure. Just look at it. It may actually fit well, or you can send it to me and I can tell you, okay? Because some of them will fall into that category as well. Guidance is an interesting one. Let me. Yeah, Kristen, that's about right. It's about 6 articles that you can choose from. And by the CDA's definition of guidance, we're looking at supportive environment that uses effective strategies to help all children learn and practice appropriate and acceptable behaviors as individuals and a group. So Sadie, yours would fit. Yours would fit. And effectively provide support for children with persistent challenging behavior. So it is, yeah, so it's possible that it will fit right in there. So appropriate behaviors, practice appropriateness, modeling appropriateness, for behaviors that are routine behaviors like brushing teeth, pottying, that sort of thing, or what will be considered as persistent challenging behaviors like biting or hitting and that sort of thing. So Kristen, you're looking for things that fit into this category. Appropriate responsiveness, fostering independence, stopping, reducing hitting or biting. Those will be the articles that you're looking for, okay? An article that you are looking for. All right, class schedule for the age of the children in your care. If you're infant, toddler, and you don't have a class schedule, then it will be the routines that are posted in your room about the day. Is everybody able to find that one? Cool. What research evidence-based curriculum program does your center use? Let me know in chat. What curriculum do you use in your center? And for this one, it could just be like an About Us page. If you found it on Google, the first page of your manual, whatever, something like that. Nothing major. Teaching strategies, Little Texans, Big Future. Okay, I haven't heard of that one. Okay. Really? That's odd, Sadie. Do you not have a curriculum that you guys use? Wow. That is weird. Sorry, Sadie. It should be in your classroom or in your area. You should always know it's a part of our, responsibility to the families and parents, the name of the curriculum. Yeah, so we'll talk about it a little bit more, okay? So you should, yeah. Are you an assistant teacher or do you co-teach, or are you the main teacher or floater? What is your position, Sadie? You're the floater? Okay. That is so odd. We'll work around it and figure that out, okay? You're at a Head Start, correct? Okay. Okay, you're at a daycare. It's not a okay. We'll figure that out. Oh, so you know what? You may not have a curriculum. It may just be inquiry based or thematic. So we can look at it and figure it out. Okay. We'll figure that out. Alrighty. Yeah. Sample of Mighty Minutes. No problem. Sample of Mighty Minutes. Okay. A classroom schematic. They do if you use them, Kristen. So hint to those of you guys who are not using your Mighty Minutes, they do love them. They cause for great transition, and they absolutely do. They really do. So the infant toddler classrooms. Okay. Sample of schedule used in your class or classroom you volunteer in. So for this one, Sadie, you could use any, one of the classes that you volunteer in. That you float in. Sorry. Sample of 9 childcare transition songs. Now, transition songs are not necessarily circle time songs. Some circle time songs, if you change the words, can become transition songs. So transition songs are moving children from one place to another, like lining up, coming to the circle to join the circle, going to the table, going outside, coming indoors, sitting, standing, etc. Washing hands, cleaning up. Now, and we're looking for the lyrics there, so make sure that you have the lyrics as well. So this one will be longer than 3 pages, of course. Headstart mandate reporting policy, state mandate reporting policy, where you're all able to find the reporting policy for your states. So we talked about where everybody is from, so we should have the policy for Texas, for Oklahoma, for New Jersey, for Mississippi. All right, guys. Head Start state mandate reporting policy. So, Sadie, if you're not a Head Start program, you will at least have it because your credential can be used in any Head Start program throughout the nation, okay? And our program meets that criteria. NAEYC Code of Ethics, if you all were able to print that out, that's great. If you all were able to find the mandate reporting guideline there and highlight it, let me know. You were able to get it for Head Start, Sadie? Yeah, just print it out. Kristen, for Head Start mandate reporting policy. All right, Melissa, Sharika, let me know. Do you all have these? Okay, perfect. Oh, yeah, that's the administrator one. Kristen, this should have been in your email welcome letter. At the bottom of the welcome letter. If not, I'll resend it. This is something I did give to you guys. Yeah, I gave this one to you guys. Alrighty, so make sure for each one of these, so you should have about roughly 24 or so media forms. Make sure you have those. That's what you're going to send to the grader, okay? If you still need to finish those, no problem. I get it, Melissa. I absolutely get it. Tell him we're almost done. He's doing a great job, I'm sure. I get it. How old is he? I think we talked about this because Kristen. He's 4 months. Okay, and then Kristen has a brand new baby. Oh, wow. It's real around there, right? Oh, has it been 6 weeks? Wow, Kristen. That's so funny. Alrighty, guys. So this is from last week. The next week we're gonna do the. I want you guys to do, and I'm gonna send this email out to you guys. I already have it printed, but I realized that I didn't have everyone's email address. I have Sadie, I have Sharika's now, I have Melissa, I have Kristen, I have Christina. Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna send this out as well in a email in a few. I have a couple of classes after you guys, so it probably won't come until Monday. You're welcome to nudge me, but it's probably not gonna come until Monday. You're gonna look up theorist, and the names of the theorists is gonna be Erik Erikson, Jean Piaget, Howard Gardner, I want you to look up Asa Hilliard, Levi Vygotsky, and Maria Montessori. In addition to these theorists, you're also going to look up one approach to learning, which is Reggio Emilia. So you're not, because this is not a theorist, it's an approach to learning. You're going to do these the same way you did the resource collection. You're going to Google the name of the theorist or the theory. Locate 1 to 3 pages about the theory, not who their mama was, not where they was born, not what school they went to. That's great information, but not what we're looking for. We're looking for the actual theory that they're credited for. If they're credited for multiple theories, then you want to find something that is in 1 to 3 pages or 1 page per that discusses the multiple theories that they have. Just gives a summary of the multiple theories that they're known for. Okay. You're going to print that out, and then you're going to do a media form for each one. So you're not writing a 3-page report. You're not summarizing 3 pages. You're just doing a media form. You're answering the same 3 questions on a media form, okay? Does everyone understand? So that's a total of 7 media forms. In addition to this, you're going to do 3 online classes, which one is the CDC Milestone modules 1 through 4. You're going to do SIDS, and I know if you're pre-K, you're like, why do we have to do SIDS? But there are 3 classes or modules on there that I want you to do. One is about SIDS, but the other is about shaken baby syndrome, and the other one is brain development. So it's 3 components there, okay? You want to earn the certificate for those 3. So it's reading and then answering questions and earning a certificate. And the same thing for the CDC Milestone module is reading, answer a question, and earning a certificate. And then there's a special education video that I would like you guys to do. Now this one is 3.5 hours to complete, okay? So keep that in mind with your time management. It's 3.5 hours to complete, and you're going to do a media form for this one. Even though the media form says 1 hour, it's actually a 3-hour, Once you turn the media form, we'll get your certificate of completion for that one, okay? So only one you're needing to do the media form for is the special education one. If you're using your phone, you can take a picture of this. If you're using your computer, you can actually, it's interactive notes, you can cut and paste it, okay? It's going to be in the email, Melissa, so the email will give you the link for each class. Good question. Now, this is a lot of work. It's probably about 12 hours of work. Do you guys want to meet next week, or do you want to meet the 21st and have, the 28th and have this work completed in 2 weeks? 28th? Everybody else, are y'all in agreement with that? We meet on the 28th because it is literally about It's about 12 hours worth of work for sure. Okay, so be mindful of your time management for that 2-week period. Don't try to wake up that morning and get it done, because you will not get it completed. Okay. All right. So the next time we'll have class is the 28th. And I will send an email for this information. The media forms, please get those to me by the 21st. For the first group, okay? The first group of media forms, I want those turned in please turn those in by the 21st. General resource. All right, so most of you guys have those finished. You just need to actually scan them in or print it out and turn it in. No biggie. And then just make sure that you have your class material with you on the 28th and have that all put into the portfolio. Okay. If you wanted a way to organize, if you organize based on the general resource list, the way that it's printed, that's fine. We'll make a couple of changes when we organize together. Remember, that's that email, grader@tipsforchildcare, Kristen. And that should already be in your notes. That's an email, Kristen. You're emailing it. It's not a link. It's an email. Yeah, no problem. You're not the only one. Someone else said that to me last week. I was like, what? You're fine. You're fine. Yeah, just send that to the grader. It's not going to be a link that you click on. It's an email. No worries. You're not the only one. Someone else asked me that question too. It's like, what is that? What do you mean? It took me a while to wrap my head around it. So even if you've done the SIDS training, Kristen, you still have to do this particular link, because remember, it has the shaken baby syndrome and the only person that could have possibly done this particular link may be Christina, and who else is in Texas? My Texas folks, because this is actually coming from Texas Extension. So there may be a couple of people who have done it, but I doubt if you guys have done this particular one. So we are asking for it. And plus it supports your test preparation, okay? Yeah, it is. I think it's like grade pass. All of this is graded pass fail, pretty much, Sadie. I think you have to get like 80% though for the SIDS one in order to get it. Everything that we do in class should be printed out and placed into your portfolio, Sharika. Everything that you do in the entire class should always be printed out for your portfolio. Yeah, only the media sheets are being turned in though. Does that make sense, Sharika? Because remember, you're building your professional portfolio, so you want to print out everything that is assigned in this class. But you're only scanning in the media form. No problem. Alrighty, guys, that's it for now. You guys have a great rest of the day, okay? And a couple of weeks. Bye-bye. You're welcome. Bye-bye. You're welcome. Take care.